What's going on? It's 8 o'clock. You already know what time it is. Talk with Tina and Andy. We are here. We're live and in color. We are here. Forgive us for last week that we weren't able to get it done.
What did we do last week?
I don't know, but we had to cancel for whatever reason. But however, we're here. We're live. I'm turning it down. Calm down.
Not today.
Whatever the case may be, we are here. We're live.
Not today.
And we hope that you had a fantastic day today. If you didn't, you still have time to turn it around. And I mean that with all sincerity. Turn it around. So you're going to be looking here, you'll be looking here. I can put it right there. Is that better?
Yeah.
All right. So today, yes, you have the opportunity to turn it around if your day wasn't well. You still got a couple of hours, more than a couple of hours. Whatever has transpired today, maybe you didn't have a good day. Whatever it is, guess what? It's over and done with. Let's move forward and let's continue to be joyful and happy and excited.
Excited.
And just FYI, my wife's not excited because we started walking this week and she is sore. She has done 4 miles in 2 days. So 2 miles a day. Those that don't know how to break it down.
Oh.
So, yeah, she's going to be a little bit sore. So, if you see that she's not as energetic as she usually is, that's the reason why.
Yeah, I'm 50. I'm tired.
But no worries. We're here. We're alive and well. We're getting it done. We're trying to do the best that we can to stay in shape and do what we got to do to be a better version of ourselves. That's it. The bottom line, we became comfortable and we slacked off a lot. And now it's harder because we're older and we put on some weight. So, yeah, it's hard. You're moving and it's a lot of weight move. I'm talking about for me. I'm not talking about for me. I'm talking about for me, it's a lot of weight to move. For her, she's going through more stuff in her body. She's at that age where menopause is set in and it is kicking her butt. But
it really is. Yeah.
2 days in a row, she is slaying it. You're killing it, girl. Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about.
See, that was painful.
That's what I'm talking about. Slaying it, doing it, and get going. Yeah, I love you, Mark. Pastor Bernard, good to see you. Love you. Blessings. Love you too, Mark. But yes, so we're here. One thing that we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about
something we don't like.
Something we don't like.
Absolutely
and something
not.
we need.
Yeah.
If you can guess that, one word. If you can guess what we're going to talk about, put it on there. Put it on there.
Love you too, Pastor.
Put it on there. Put it on there. See if you can guess it. Some of y'all are probably going to get it.
Yeah.
Some of y'all are probably going to get it. I'll give y'all a little bit. I'll give y'all a little bit of time. Nobody likes it. It's one word. It's something that we need to do, but it's something that we don't like to do. Mm-mm. Come on. What is it? What do y'all think it is? Okay, that's part of it.
That's one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's one word.
That'll be our next topic.
There you go. But that's kind of what it involves.
What it involves, yeah.
Yep. So the big word that nobody likes, but it is needed. I said one word, not a phrase, Mark. Come on now. But that's good too. No, junk food is good because my weakness is junk food. My weakness is ice cream. My weakness is candy. My weakness is, I broke the whole habit of drinking Cokes.
Change.
Oh, there it is. Somebody ding, 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 ding. You got it, Deborah.
Change. Nobody likes change.
Nobody likes change. Sorry, we're looking over here. We're looking over there. We're looking here. We're looking here. We're going to get it right. Don't worry about it. That's what it is. Change. That's what we're talking about tonight because it is required. You've got to have change in your life. You got to have change in your health. There's got to be change in your spiritual life. There's got to be change in your relationships. There's got to be change in how you talk to people, how you treat people, how you react to people, your facial expressions.
Mine are really bad.
Man, change is needed in our lives. Bottom line, I don't care what you say, it's needed. It don't matter. Hello, Miss Gracie.
Gracie.
Love you, love you. But change is needed. You can't go on in life and be the same person. At some point in time in your life, there had to have been a change. And right now, you may be in a season of change. There may have been something that made you change. There may Hey, some people's face say it all. That's right. That's right. I don't have no on apps. I don't know. My computer's going stupid. Anyway, change. Somebody may be going through a season of change. And,
I know I am.
And when something forces you to change, that's the hardest thing because it's forced change. Yeah. It's not wanting change. When something is forced, and let me ask you, but when something is forced, when you're forced to change, does it change your attitude?
Yes.
How does it change your attitude?
I get, look, like, I don't want to. You're not going to tell me what to do. And I get mad. If it's forced, I get mad.
Right.
And I get mad at myself because I'm having to be forced to change something that I should have changed a long time ago. But I didn't because I was being stubborn. So, yeah.
And we know what needs to be changed in our lives. You can tell me, I can tell you. Mm-hmm. But when somebody else tells us, it's easy for us to accept.
Yeah, and that's
if
weird.
The doctor tells us, we know we need to be exercising.
Yeah.
But we went to the doctor, and the doctor said, hey, y'all need to lose weight. Hey, y'all need to continue what you're doing. She's very motivating. She's very, love her to death. Shout out to Dr. Doctory. Sorry. Shout out.
I love her.
But
she's great.
The bottom line is, when you get there, right, when, like us, we've reached a certain age where that level is everything changes at that age, and so you have to watch everything, what you eat. You have to exercise. You can't eat.
It sucks getting
some
old,
people
y'all.
Spicy food, whatever the case may be. It's change.
Not good getting old.
That's what is required out of it, and sometimes we just have to do it, and it's not easy. It's not something that you can just say, hey, I'm gonna overcome it. Now, the goal is to overcome it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to have an attitude of overcoming. If you don't have an attitude of overcoming, you won't overcome nothing. Let me tell you right now, you've got to set it in your mind that you can and you will overcome. But it starts with you. I don't care what the doctor tells me. I may be overweight. I have diabetes. I have high blood sugar. I'm just telling you, giving you examples, right, of what the doctor can tell me. You've got cancer. You've got all these things wrong with you. What are you going to do at that instant? Are you gonna sit there and cry about it? Or are you gonna do something about it?
Yeah.
See, sometimes we wait to the last moment to make the change when we should have been doing the change before. Some things we cannot change. Let me give you an example. My entire family is diabetic. Mm-hmm. Diabetic. So at some point in time, I was gonna be diabetic because it's part of the hereditary. Mm-hmm. I'm diabetic. Now I say that, but I can overcome it. How? By losing weight. Watch what you eat. Make sure you don't eat the things that you know you can't eat. I know I can't eat sweets. Don't eat them.
Right.
Bottom line, I can overcome it.
Yeah.
But because I like the things, I'm not strict on myself. So now I have fallen into that category of being diabetic. Mm-hmm. And so now I have to say to myself, every single day, you can, you will, you must overcome. I have a why. You know what my why is? My grandchildren, my children, my wife. That's my why. That's my why. The ability that I have to minister at my church, that's another why. It's not the first why, but this is my why right here. My family's my why. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying the church isn't important. It is important. But if I want to continue to do what God has called me to do, I have to be in shape. I can't minister 45 minutes if I'm out of shape. I'll lose my breath. Come on, start calling your parents. There you go. When I can't have something. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right, Gracie. You get in a mood when you don't have it, and it's overcoming that, and that's what change is about. When we hear the word change, we don't get excited. Why not?
Because we're having to do something that we're not used to doing. and we don't like it, because if I'm eating certain things every morning and I have to have a change in my diet, it's gonna make me mad because I want what I was eating, because I don't want to change it. I like the way it tastes. I like the way it smells. I like but I have to change
Gracie
it.
said, why is it so hard to lose it and we gain it so fast? Because the stuff that we eat, it's not healthy.
Yeah.
We, as kids, now, I'm talking about if you grew up in a Hispanic family, we ate some food that we shouldn't have been eating. Let's just get it.
Food.
I mean, we eat some food. We don't just make beans and refried beans. We refried. That's why it's called refried. Because we're frying the beans, and we don't know how to put a little dab of bacon grease. We want to cook the bacon, and we want to dump every bit of the bacon grease into the beans. And on top of that, that's bad enough.
That's like clogged arteries.
That's bad enough. On top of that, we want to put it on a homemade tortilla. Why? Because that's how we were raised. That's how we were raised. So that's why it's hard to lose it, but we gain it so fast because we go out and eat the things that we know we're not supposed to, and our body is not used to it.
And right now I'm going through menopause, so I'm stuck between like 247 and 250. I ain't afraid to say how much I weigh. It is what it is. I'm stuck. I'm not gaining more than that. I'm not losing it. I am just in a rut, and I'm doing my ab workouts. I'm walking. I did 2 miles yesterday. Did 2 miles today. I get on my elliptical. I don't eat sugar. I don't eat pasta. We don't eat. I mean, we're trying to do everything.
We're trying.
I drink water. All that, and I am just stuck in that rut. So, yeah, I feel like I'm killing myself, doing extra stuff to be able to get over that hump. And let me tell you what, it's hard.
Yeah, and it's hard. And we're speaking about change. Some people in the comments were bringing up exercise, but that's not the only thing I'm talking about. I'm talking about change in general. Like, there's some things that have transpired in people's lives that have forced them to change. Death has happened in their lives. It has forced you to change your train of thought in your life. You can either weep continuously, and grief, let me just say it right now. Grief is real. It's real. If you're in a season of grief and you haven't gotten help and you need help, go get help. It's okay. That doesn't mean that you're weak. That just means that you're smart.
Yeah.
I've been doing come on.
That's good.
Yes. That's the thing. Healthier version of ourselves. That's what we want to get to.
And y'all, I'm not trying to walk down the beach and try to be a Victoria's Secret model and walk in a bikini. And I want to be healthy. I just don't want to be skinny.
Listen,
I want to be healthy.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I didn't meet her thin, and I'm not gonna keep her thin. Come on now. I want some meat on the bone.
Well, there will be meat there. It's just gonna be saggy. I mean,
I want you to look luscious.
That's another topic. So yeah, it's
But I get it. I get it. Yes. No. It is, and you're right, Grace. Change, and it's hard because when you go through that, and I've seen it with my wife. When you go through that, you have to figure out to get help if you can't overcome it yourself, because you'll wind up hurting yourself through that grief, and you'll wind up almost making yourself sick because you feel like, and I'm not talking specifically to you, Grace, but just people feel like I've got to be strong, or if you're the person that is the head of the family and everybody looks to you. Listen, if you got to get help and talk to somebody, you got to talk to somebody.
Yeah, like after my mom died, I didn't know what to do with myself, so I was at 300 pounds. I went from 300 to 180 in less than a year because of stress, because I was grieving. All I wanted to do was run like Forrest Gump. I was running, right, babe? I was running every single day. Every single day. I was eating right. I mean, I was losing it. It was coming off. And then, I got comfortable again. And I blew up.
But what Marcos
Yes.
says is right.
Yeah,
It's
very true.
it's our mindset versus where you want to be. Where do you want to be? You know, and it's hard, but it can be done.
Yeah.
We can't sit here and say that it can't be done. And I get it. Some people have to have, and I said this the last time, and since we're on the topic of exercise or losing weight, I get it. Some people have had the operation and they've had the lap band and they're taking the shot. I'm not down in that at any point in time at all. But you still have to push yourself to be a better version of yourself. Don't just rely on that. You still got to do the things like Gracie said. I'm not eating this. I'm not eating that. I'm going to learn how to not eat bread, not eat tortillas, and continue to go forward. There's got to be a continuation in that you got to continue to go. Change requires us. It requires action on our part. And we're talking about exercise, but I'm also talking about relationships. I'm also talking about your attitude. I'm also talking about your relationship with Christ. I'm talking about all those things in your life that are important. Change is great. I saw a young man, and I'll shout him out on here, but I saw a young man, he was on a he was making a TikTok, and he also made a Facebook, and matter of fact, it's Caden Thomas. It was Inman, but it's Inman. Okay. And he said DM respect if you want to learn how to respect. Let me tell you, no matter what that kid went through, he was always respectful. I can vouch for that. Yeah. I can vouch for that. Yeah. And even today, he will respect. He is so respectful. It don't matter what he's gone through. It don't matter if people talked about him. It don't matter if you did him wrong. Guess what? He's going to respect you. And shout out to him, because now he's understanding the importance of life and what respect is about, and helping other young people, because nowadays, let's just be real, young people, it's very hard for you guys to respect, and it's the generation that y'all live in, and when you find somebody like that, grab a hold of that so they can teach you those things. And again, we're talking about change. If you don't know how to be respectful, when you change, it's gonna continue to go on.
See, back in the day, if you didn't know how to be respectful, we handled it. Just saying, we took it to the streets. We can't do that now, and I'm not advising that, but I'm just saying, that's how I learned respect, because I tell you what, I got put down a lot.
But even when we had the kids, we taught the kids how to respect.
Sure.
I mean, if there was ever a time that they disrespected, and there's been some times, I don't think that my kids are perfect, because they're not. There's been plenty of times where we have had some very serious talks, and I've gotten in front of their faces, and I'm like, man, you made a bad decision, and that was not very respectful, and now you're gonna have to face the consequences of that. And so, even as they get older, they're still going to have to learn. Change is all the time.
Every single
day. But we're talking about change and how hard it is. But tonight I want to focus on changing the mindset and getting excited about the change. Why can't we get excited about the change? Why can't we say, okay, I'm not eating no more tortillas. I'm fine with it. I'm not drinking no more sweet tea. I'm fine with it. Let's roll. Let's roll with it. Let's roll. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. And be excited about it. We don't do that in life.
Yeah.
We see change, or we hear change, and we automatically become negative. We automatically say, I can't do it. It's going to be too hard. I don't know what's going to become of me if I continue to do this. No, you can do it. You have it in you to do it. You just got to get up and do it.
You just got to get over that hump.
That's it.
You got to get over that hump to where you have your doubt. You have your I don't want to. You have your laziness. You've got to reach that part, and you got to get over it to be able to say, oh, okay, so I am killing myself working out and walking and eating right and doing everything I have to do. I haven't seen any results yet. At least I haven't seen anything, and that frustrates me because I'm still jumping on the scale like I shouldn't. But once I get over that hump and I start seeing results, then that's when I become okay with the change. But now I'm okay with the change because I know the change needs to be done. I gotta stop being lazy. So.
And that's where we have to understand and continue to go on. If you hit a wall, whatever the change is, I don't care what it is, exercise, spiritual, relationship, if you hit a wall, you got to keep on going forward. Yeah. You can't stop just because you failed. I said this to many people, and I've said it in the church, and I've said it to people that I speak to when I speak to them, and I give a motivational speech. Failure is part of success. It's part of success.
Yeah.
you've got to take that and run with it. You're gonna fail. It's gonna be all right. Get up, dust yourself off, and keep on moving forward. You can't just think that life is done because you fail. And that's where I feel that this generation, they get into a point where they fail, and they want to feel like everybody's got to tell them, "Are you okay?" No. Just shake it off and let's go.
You have to
get up.
That's a part of life. Because if you didn't fail, then everybody would be perfect, and that would be boring. You know, there's only one perfect person that walked the face of this earth, and that was Jesus Christ himself. But, you know, what's life without failing? What's life without struggling? You have to know what that is so you can be able to humble yourself and accept the change as it comes.
You got to. You got to continue to go on in life, and you never know. I always say this too. You never know who's looking at you, who's watching you. Exactly. Yeah. Without saying anything. You know, we have a group. We have a fit group that we have and we belong to, and every morning somebody gives a motivational quote, and they encourage and they post their workouts and everything. That's motivating. There's people in that group that don't do this right here. They can't speak, or they would rather not speak. They would rather motivate without words. But guess what? They're still motivating. Yeah. I wake up every morning excited and motivated to hear those words and to see the workouts. Even though I may have not worked out, I still know if they can do it, I can do it. And it gets in my heart and my spirit to just continue to move forward.
Yeah.
And that's what we have to do in change. Change is you have to accept it and move forward. You got to build that relationship with yourself and say, man, I can, I will, I must, and let's go get it. Let's go out there and change the mindset and say, hey, I can do this. I will overcome this. This is a baby step, but guess what? Tomorrow's going to be another baby step. Guess what? The next day, you're going to be able to overcome this. Guess what? The next day, 1 more pound shed. You know, the next day, now you're 5 pound shed. Now add it all up, and now you're 15 pound shed. What if it's exercise, or if it's the relationship, you're spending more time together with the kids, or with your spouse, or are you spending more time with God? Whatever the change is, you've got to stay in it.
Yeah.
In it. Don't give up. Don't back up, but stay in it, man, so that you can finish and continue to go on in your life nonstop. I mean, you have to understand that. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Let me see your phone because I want to see.
Uh-oh, you touched something.
I did it.
Yes, you did.
That was you.
No, it was
you hit this.
See? Change. Blame it on me.
Blame it on the rain. Milli Vanilli.
Blame it on the rain.
Yeah. So as we continue to expand on change and just kind of share, you know, what we've done in our lives is just to encourage one another. And it's been hard, guys. It's been hard. We hit a patch, and it's been hard to accept the fact that we aren't thin anymore, or
it's not so much
thin, but just in shape or healthy,
yeah.
The word you want to use, whatever. It has been hard for us, and I'm like her. We look at each other and we're like, we're gonna do it, and we just like, well, we'll do it tomorrow, and we'll do it tomorrow, and we'll do it tomorrow. And it always starts like that, and you know, and then something else happens, and you go to the doctor, and you may get bad news. Not that we got bad news, don't think that, but you wait to get the bad news to make the change.
Yeah.
Like, let's do it now. Let's encourage one another. Let's motivate one another to say, hey, you know, call people, text them and say, hey, did you walk today? Or, no, I didn't walk. I'll get it done tomorrow. Whatever. Let's continue to encourage one another through the change, because it's beneficial for you, and it's beneficial for everybody.
Our kids as well, they're definitely motivating. You know, Jacob motivates us all the time. We see Alex, he's out on the road. He's going to the gyms, whatever hotel they stay in, or he's running or walking. He motivates us. You know, Justina will call me and say, Mom, did you do your ab work today? And I'm like, no, she doesn't need to get it done. I'm like, okay. You know, Jazray is always running around with the kids, and she'll go out into the garage and she'll use her husband's tools to start lifting and working on her shoulders. So that's a big encouragement for us as well, because our kids are right there with us.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a blessing in itself.
Like I said at the beginning, find your why and continue to move forward. Find what it is that's going to motivate you every single day to make the change. And again, I'm talking about change in general, on a lot of stuff, not just exercise. Change in your entire life,
in your attitude,
exactly,
in your walk with God. I mean, when you're at work, you know, when you wake up in the morning, are you like, ugh, another day? Or you're like, you know what, God, thank you for waking me up today. I appreciate it because there's somebody that didn't wake up today. You know, I mean, when you get in your car, do you have road rage? Let's try to change that because that's like super dangerous. You know, every aspect in your life, you have to try to make some kind of change. Don't be like me. Back in the day, you couldn't look at me sideways because I'd be right in your face telling you something. That's just, I was a mean person. I was a hateful, mean person, and it was not very nice. And so when I became a mom, I was still a hateful person when I had my girls and stuff. But you know, through time, I realized like you can't be like that, and I'm glad that I did make that change because now the world we live in now, it's so hateful. There's so much hate in this world with people just being so ugly to each other, you know, and killings, you know, on the road because of road rage, and you know, you're walking out of a store and people are, it's just hateful. So I decided that I wasn't going to be that hateful and that ugly person anymore. I wanted that change, and that change felt good. Don't get it twisted. You know, don't get it twisted. This can still go backwards, and my earrings can still come off. And you know, we can rumble, but I'm just saying, you know, if I had to, I will. But I don't go look for that because that's just not me anymore.
She won't rumble, guys.
You don't know. See? Hood. Straight hood.
So I hope you're understanding us tonight about change, about the importance of change, and staying motivated and staying, you know, excited about the change and what we're going to do in our lives and what you're going to do in your life. Change is always, it's inevitable, man. We have to do it. We're going to continue to do it. As you get to a certain age, you're going to have to change some things in your life just because your body's going to get older. And there's certain things that you're going to not be able to do. But you can still find something else to get it done, whatever it is that you're doing. Now you're talking about relationships. You're talking about relationship, changing a relationship. Spend time with your husband. Spend time with your wife. Spend time with your children. You know, we're so busy that we don't spend the time anymore. When you're at the table, put the phones up. When you go out to eat, put the phones up and have conversation. When we go out, I just look at everybody that's at the tables. And there's certain families that I know if they're sitting down, I know them from the community, if they're sitting down, they're all conversating. And then I look at my family and we're all on our phones. And I look at the next table and they're all on their phones. They're like not even communicating. So if you got to make that change and be the one to make the change and make the change, say, hey guys, can we just conversate today? Yeah. Hey, can we just talk about how awesome, you know, life has been for our family? And I say that in every way by saying that, you know, you can have all the riches in the world. I always tell this to my children. You could be the richest man in the world. But if you ask the richest man what he doesn't have, some of them people are going to tell you they don't have love. They don't have family. They don't have the talks. They don't have that people want and need. And so make time for your family. Make time for your spouse. Go out and date. Go out and date your spouse. Go out by yourself. You know, leave the children. Find a babysitter. We spend so much money on other things. Spend your money wisely, man. Go out and find somebody. Go out by yourselves and take the children out every once in a while. And I know those that have children, it seems like you're always with children and you never have a break. Find somebody that can babysit and go out and spend time by yourselves, man. Change is needed and you got to do what you got to do. Husbands, treat your wife, you know, to something different at the house. Don't make it the routine every day. You get down, you sit down and you request water and you do. Make the change. I know you're tired, but every once in a while, if y'all bought to work and tell your wife, you know what, babe, go lay down in a bubble bath. Just go relax.
Okay.
I'll take care of the meal tonight. Okay. I'll clean up.
Oh wait, he cooks every night, so it's not my turn to cook anymore. I cooked while all the kids were in school. It's his turn now.
That's her excuse now. Mm-hmm. I said, you don't cook no more, and she said, well, all those years that the kids were in school, I cooked in the morning. And I'm like,
and when you were a coach, when you got home, your food was ready for you, nice and hot. Here we go. You get home before me, so, you know, that's the change. See, he doesn't like it. I do, but he doesn't.
It don't bother me because I like to cook. So it's all good. But make those changes that are important in your life for your relationship. Spend time together with your children. Talk to them. Love on them. How many times have you told your children that you love them? Not texting, but how many times have they heard your voice? If something happens to you today or tomorrow and you don't wake up, they will never hear your voice again telling you, I love you, son. I love you, daughter. Even your spouse, I love you, babe. Yeah, we always say bye and we say I love you, have a great day, but looking into the eyes and saying, hey, baby, I love you. Like, those things are important because life is not, we take life for granted, man. And everything that we do, we think that tomorrow we're going to wake up. You're welcome, Martin. Yes, no, yes, without hesitation, man. I hope and pray that you're doing well and your family's doing well, and we continue to pray for you and your family, brother.
Sure.
But make that change that needs to be done. Like, I see people struggling in their life, and I always say this to people, and I'm pretty harsh on people when I start talking to people, and I don't want people to get scared, but if you trust me and you have confidence in me and you want my guidance, at some point in time I'm going to get in your face and I'm going to speak real to you, and I'm going to make you wake up to say, hey, it's time to get over that and let's go over the hump and let's do what we got to do. Yeah. I mean, you got to have those type of people in your life so that if you reach a low in your life, that person will be so excited to help you to get back up. That's my goal in life. I pray every night before I go to bed and I say, God, send me the people that are at the lowest in their life. Send me the people that maybe don't want to live no more, God, because I want them to be excited about life. I don't want them to leave this world because they don't have money, because their parents don't talk to them more, because they've been abandoned, or because they're an addict. Send me those people. I know y'all may think I'm crazy, but that's my prayer every day, that God would send me those people so that I can help them, so I can motivate them. Even if I'm not the last person they speak to, I may just be the first person that's just getting them excited about life, and then somebody else is going on to help them out. Guess what? I have been part of that process, so I'm going to be excited about it. I don't have to raise my collar and my name be mentioned in the life changing of your life. I know what we did. I know what I've done in your life. I don't have to get on Facebook and say, and we appreciate it, right? But that's not me. I just want to help. I just want you to be excited about life. Listen, for so long, when we moved here, we were thankful that we were able to move here. We took over my cousin's house, and we were able to go into a house. Our credit wasn't the best. There was a lot of things that we couldn't do just because we did a lot of wrong decisions in our lives by not taking care of our credit. But we were thankful that my sister was able to give us the house, and we took over payments, and we lived there for the longest.
13 years?
Yeah, until we decided that we wanted something better. And listen, follow me, I'm going somewhere with this. When we decided that we wanted something better, we sat down and we said, there has to be a change in what we spend. If you want a new house, you can't spend no more money. I can't spend no more money. Everything has to be budgeted so that we can afford the house. And we did that, and we're in a new home, and we're thankful. I'm thankful for the years that I was able to be in that house that we had, because there was a lot of great memories. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of bad memories in that home as well. But check this out. In turn, what my sister gave us and we took over, we were able to give to our niece and say, okay, now it's your turn to take the house, and you now take over payments. We didn't ask for the money that we had invested in the house, just like my sister didn't ask for money that she had invested in the house. She said, whatever you owe, you pay it off, it's yours. So we, in turn, did the same thing to our niece and said, look, here's the house, you go with it, you move it to your place, it's yours. And now she's doing that, right? Because she needed that to get started in life. And now she's excited. She's making changes to the house. She's done some changes to the house. And it looks completely different because now it's hers. And it would have never been done if we wouldn't have made the decision and the decision wasn't made on us. Change. That's what I'm talking about. There had to have been a change. For us to get into this home, there had to have been a change. Now, that house was way bigger. It was a double wide. We moved into a single wide because we didn't have all our kids together. Now, when all of our kids come for the holidays, it is kind of hard because we do have a big family. But we're thankful. we're thankful for it, right? And we had to start somewhere because this is going to be ours, right? Just like that house is going to be ours, but we wanted something different. So in the process, we had to change. There's some things that you're going to have to make in your life that you're going to have to change. If you want to be better, you've got to change. If you want to have better things, you're going to have to change. Nobody can make the change for you. And I don't know why, if somebody needs to hear this tonight, but the change that you're in right now, the reason that you haven't fully committed to change is because you're fearful of failure. And I'm telling you today, don't worry about failing. Failure is part of success. You're gonna fail. I'm here to tell you, you're gonna fail, but you gotta continue to move forward and believe in yourself and embrace the change. Right? Embrace it. Can you put that on the thing in all caps? Embrace the change as a comment. I want people to understand that you've got to embrace that. You can't just complain about it and say, "Oh no, this and that." No, embrace it. Embrace the change, because if you embrace it and know that failure is part of success, you're gonna set yourself up for success. But you got to embrace it, and you got to make the change, man. Too many times we wait for the worst times to make the change. You're still going to make the change, but why not change now? Why not make the change in your life to better yourself, to better your relationship with your spouse, your children? Why not do that now? That's the problem. We don't want to embrace it because we're scared that we're going to let people down. Who cares? Who cares? Get with it. You're delaying everything just because you're being stubborn. Just let's go, man. Let's change. Change for the better. And if you change for the worse already and you've gone down that path, guess what? It's all right. You can still make the change for the better. Let's go with it. Let's move forward. Let's trust God in our lives. Let's make the necessary change in our lives to be a better version of ourselves, to be a better person. You know the things that you need to get rid of. Get rid of them.
Yeah.
Get rid of them. If it's a habit and you know you gotta make the change, and don't tell me you can't do it. You can. You just choose not to. That's just the bottom line.
Sorry.
I mean, that's a lot that I said right there, but I'm just being real tonight. If you want to make the change and you haven't made the change, then shame on you, because you're being selfish. But make the change. Make the change, and let's move forward. And let's get my dog's changing right now. She's getting fatter.
Eating.
My God, that's enough, Chica. Go to your kennel.
Go to your kennel, baby. Eat in a minute. Oh, she's hungry. It's okay.
So I hope that you grabbed everything that we're saying. Man, even the people that are putting comments out there, thank you for the comments.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that. Do us a favor and share this video. We want people to see it.
Yeah.
We are in the process of creating a podcast, and it's going to take us some time to get to that point. But until then, we're going to continue to do this, and we're going to share our life, and we want y'all to be excited about life and what we talk about. And you know what? We're not perfect either. Don't think that we're perfect. We just want to help others. We want people to be excited about their lives. We want people to say, "Man, thank you. I needed to hear that tonight. I'm doing better. I like what that's. I like that. That's part of it. I'm doing 1,000, 10,000 better, loving life. That's what it is about. That's what's about. You know, because if we flip that. We flip that situation that Martina was going through, and we say, no, we're not going to help them. Then what happens? You see? It changes. Even with that, it makes somebody look at it different and say, man, they may not know me 100%, but they were there for me.
You're so cute.
Oh, my God. Here we go.
You're so handsome, puppy.
That's it. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, Martin, that's the hardest thing, is swallowing your ego and putting yourself aside.
Yeah.
Because like it or not, and it don't matter what race you are, us as men, it's hard for us to put that aside, to put us aside, because somos hombres, we're the men. We shouldn't fail. We shouldn't cry. We should have it all together. Guess what? We do. We're hard on ourselves. And if we need help, we don't know how to ask for it. I'm thankful that the Lord softened my heart, and when I need help, I call him. I call him my family. I call him my man. I'll call my dad, and we'll conversate.
Or I'll just smack him around.
I'll call my friends that that I have and that I know that I can confide in, and they'll tell me the truth. Bottom line. And that's what it's about, man. So in closing, we want y'all to know that we are here if you ever need anything, man. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you're going through a situation in your life. I don't care if you just want to talk. I don't care if you want to ask us questions. And those that know our story, and you know, that's the biggest thing why we do this, is because some people have heard our story, and it is they've told us. They've stopped us in the store, man. Everything that y'all gone through has inspired us to be better. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful for that. That what we went through is helping people in their lives. We're not perfect. I'm not the perfect husband. She's not the perfect wife, right? We're still going. We're still growing. We're not going through anything, but we're still growing.
We're not going through nothing, but just being
we're
sore.
We're still growing, and we're still asking God to make us. Perfect in this image, and it's a continual pattern because
it's a struggle every single day.
Yeah, because sometimes we want to come out.
There's times where I want to go to Burger King. I want to go get me a Whopper. That sounds real good, but I won't. You know.
Yes,
I agree.
We love them. We love them to death. We love your family so
Your
much, and we're thankful for your mom and Hannah, and that's great. That's great that you're saying that, Martin, because if they're watching. They need to hear that.
Absolutely.
Too. They need to hear that. So,
they are fantastic.
We love your family, bro, and you know you guys are family to us, and whenever y'all need us, we are there. Yes. But in closing, I want y'all to understand, and I want to thank y'all for the time that y'all have given us to just listen to us ramble on and get excited about life. But we always close that, you know, we ask questions to one another and we close. Today is no different. I'm going to give my wife her time to speak her final words, whatever she has to say, and then I'll close up.
No, just my final words and everything that my husband talked about, you know. I mean, you know, we have to be able to realize in our lives that, you know what, it's time to change. Whether it could be the smallest thing, it could be the biggest thing, you know. And like my husband said, I mean, you never know who's watching you. You don't know who you're inspiring. You don't know if you smiled at somebody that day and they just needed you to smile, and you might not even know that person. You know, you just gotta accept it. You've got to want it. Sometimes we don't want it, but you know, you've got to want to change for the better. Whether it's just your attitude, it doesn't matter what it is. You know, change is hard either way you see it. But you know, as long as you ask God to help you with this, and you really, 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 really try, you know what, that's all that we can ask for. As long as you're trying to change, you know, you all just got to keep your head up, keep moving forward, and don't give up on what you want to achieve in your life.
That's it. That's what it's about, man. The realness of life, and knowing that we are going to face challenges, but knowing that we can get through and we can overcome them.
I believe that.
I once again, I thank you for the opportunity and the time that you gave us tonight to speak just encouraging words into your life.
Yes.
Thank you so much, those that follow us and those that share the video and those that enjoy this. Thank you so much. We don't look at the numbers, at the viewers, and we do it because at some point in time somebody is going to hear this and they're going to need it in their lives, and so that's why we do it. It was something that I had asked my wife about, and she immediately said yes, she wanted to do it. And so I'm thankful that my wife even joined and wanted to be a part of this, because I think it's without my wife, you know, and everybody knows that without my wife, I'm nobody. She's my right, you know, my strong arm, and she's there to help me in everything. And so I'm thankful for that, and I know that God has big plans for it, and even speaking in this realm, it's just the beginning of what God has planned for her in her life. And so you know, my final words, you already know what I'm going to turn it up one bit higher, go up one notch, and I want you to understand to embrace the change and know that there's nothing impossible for you to do. I want you to dust yourself off. I want you to get up, and I want you to continue to move forward, like my wife says. But I want you to do it with your excitement. I want you to make a change in the way you approach things. When you approach something different with some excitement, you're going to get better results. I'm telling you. It may sound weird, but I'm telling you. Embrace the change and change how you go after that. Don't think that you can't do it. Automatically believe that you can't, and you can continue to go forward.
Yeah.
Be excited about life. Be excited about the trials. Be excited about the tribulations. Be excited about those things that are coming your way that you know you have to change. If you're in the dieting type, it's going to be hard. You're going to have days of failure. You're going to cheat at times. If you're in a relationship and your marriage is falling apart, hey, somebody's going to have to make a change in their life and swallow their pride and say, I did wrong. I am sorry. Somebody's going to have to apologize, and let's do what we got to do to make that relationship mend. Your children are going to mess up. So you've got to understand, how am I going to react to that? Am I going to react, or am I going to love on them? You got to get excited about life and what's going to happen in your life. You determine that from the start of the day when you wake up. Nobody else determines that. When you roll over out of bed, you get excited about life that day. I don't care what you're facing. You may be in the toughest season of your life. I'm telling you, if you get excited about it, it's going to make change. And people are going to look at you weird like, how can you be excited when you're going through that? Because it is what it is. And I know that God's going to give me the strength, and he's going to give me the strength to overcome any obstacle in our lives. Guys, we love you guys. We hope that you take this and you run with it. Please, please, please share this. We're reading all the comments. Thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. We can't do this without you. I hope that you have a fantastic evening, the rest of the evening. I hope and even pray that even tonight, that as you watch this, maybe it wasn't your best night and you were in a funky mood, you were in an attitude, you were just over it. I pray that this talk tonight with Tina and Andy has encouraged you to change your way of looking at things, and you are ready to go conquer the day tomorrow. As you sleep tonight, ask God to give you the strength, and be excited in the morning when you wake up. Be that change. You know, there's a quote that says, "Be the change
that you wish to see in the world."
There you go. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. And I'm going to leave you with that, because it starts with you and it starts with me. So tonight, be blessed. You guys go out there, have a fantastic rest of the night. Be safe. Give God all the glory, because without him, we wouldn't be anything if it wasn't for God.
I know. That would be sad. That would be a sad day in TR.
So you know how we said our final saying, we love y'all, God bless y'all, and put a smile.
You messed it up, bro.
What do you mean?
And as always.
Okay. And as always.
I'm so tired.
And as always, put a smile on your face. We love you guys.
Oh, yeah, Andres.
God bless y'all. Later.